Yo, Omega, have fun with this raid series. It's been fun so far. I'm trying to not die. I think I've done okay for not knowing what the mechanics are. Dre was doing 14 as well. Oh, okay. Yeah. Prepping for Dawn Trail.
Hey,
Dawn Trail.
Congratulations, you got it right.
Yeah, I'm just here with my friend Kiritsu, who's kind of walking me through all the Omega stuff and laughing at me as I fuck up. So, you know.
Oh yeah, I ain't saying nothing about mechanics. Nope. If you have a question afterwards, I'll answer it. But during, I ain't saying a word. A lot of screaming.
A lot of screaming. I'm good at screaming. That's the main thing. People know about this.
Or going, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. No, wait, I'm alive.
I'm happy to be wrong sometimes. Alright, let me voice Sid so we can get this show on the road. Another sudden victory, Losha. I felt the breath catch in my throat on more than one occasion. Even as I watched the battle rage, I was struck by an idle thought. Did you notice the resemblance between Midgard Summer and Shinryu? The fact that you died during it that one time and ran around screaming like a primal? Well, unlike most primals, Shinryu's form has no basis in any system of belief. I've heard the theory that the summoner was simply influenced by the majesty and power of the primal elder Bahamut. But now I'm beginning to think there might be another explanation. That primal took in the shape from an ancestor of all dragons on Heidelberg. The widely held concept of how a dragon appears has, for centuries upon centuries, been rooted in depictions of Midgard Summer. The summoner may not have sought to imitate him perfectly. Specifically, subconscious thoughts and memories alone. Thanks, dude. Alone have guided the similarity. Not that I have any way of confirming this theory, of course. Nevertheless, 'tis an interesting that that Shinryu's summoning led us to awakening Omega. A strange twist of fate when you consider the machine's connection to Midgard Summer. Well, whatever else destiny has in store for you, you've already bested the opponent that Omega itself failed to overcome. A feat worthy of celebration, I'd say. Damn. In the end, there is Omega, sitting for Omega to make its next move. I thought we had, like, 2 more. Oh, just so people know, in chat, I'm relatively spoiler-free on a lot of stuff, so keep it to a minimum, like, you know, certain stuff. Like, I know... Okay, cool. I'll see if there's going to be a voice cutscene or not. I know I've seen certain things, but I don't know the context of them, so that's kind of how I'm staying relatively spoiler-free. Man, such a nostalgia with Stormblood quest complete jingle. Yeah, well, like I said, I'm trying to do all this extra stuff before moving the Shadowbringers, which I'm super excited for. So we'll get there. But we just gotta... I gotta do my homework, as I put it. Your move, Omega. Some more water. Oh, okay. Did we win too hard? Oh shit.
Rip. Shutdown initiated. All core experiments and supplemental testing concluded. Discarding test worlds. System resources rerouting to primary operations.
Yeah? Everything's red. It means it's scary now. Everything went from blue to red. The egg is dead.
Congratulations, Alpha Group. As the last surviving test subject, you've removed every challenger on your path to reach me. I, too, am eager to meet you in battle. The margin of error I have observed between my simulations and your practical performance against Midgard Summer necessitates direct and immediate analysis. Confrontation imminent. Prepare for unmitigated hostilities. Then activate the relocation device to enter the area.
This is it, then. No, it's not. Omega's power might seem overwhelming, but trust in old Sid. I have a fair idea of where his weakness lies. And I've been working on something to exploit that vulnerability. I just need a little more time to prepare. Yeah? First things first, we need to make a few adjustments here, like so. Alpha, do you have any of those tricks and tools left over? I want us to have as many options as possible, so let's lay all our cards on the table, as it were. Were you hiding that in your butt? Okay, embiggening card. Where were you hiding all that? What do we have here? Some kind of gem? A couple of stones. And one single card that makes things bigger, does it? Or smaller? Right. We're foolish of me to even ask. We best leave you in charge of when and how to use your special tools. Ah! Yes, I almost forgot. The thermocoil. They need to make that an actual thing you can put in your kitchen. I would buy it. Make it a French press coffee. Be great. I'm sure you'll find. Don't worry, we'll win this one. You can always claw at things if you're out of tricks. You can always claw at things if you're out of tricks. No, that didn't help him. That didn't help him at all. Here, you should carry this as well. I filled an empty bottle with invisibility water from the kettle. It might prove useful in the right situation. Oh, poor little man. Listen to me, Alpha. Up till now, Omega has poked and prodded us from one mad experiment to the next, and honestly, I have no idea what might happen in there. But between us, I believe we might have the knowledge and skills to prevail. If you see a chance to make a difference, I want you to take it. All you need is faith in yourself and a little courage to see it through. Oh man, thank you, Drell. Remaking my Hydrate Redeem challenge. I can see what people like Omega. He's cute. It's a very little tragic backstory too. It's really fucked up the feather thing. He didn't have to flex like that. He flexes genocide on us. Ugh. Right. Jesse should have the device together by now. Let's head outside, shall we? Oh, I just want to go fight the thing. Oh yeah, 14 smiles, but wow. Also, you have Redeem that represents most of the FF community in the next fight. Talking about the cat? You're gonna make me nya in the middle of that fight? Veteran? Yeah, okay. Also, like, just... This? Alright. I'll head back to Rogger's Reach and collect my new toy. I'm gonna get that soon. That will also be my next fight, you'll see. So I need to do a run through the final inspection, so feel free to rest in tower. Meantime, we'll discuss strategy the moment I finish. Okay. Quick fire! Alpha seems concerned for Sid's well-being. You have a feeling he wants you to follow him. Yeah, that mount's sick. Oh my god, it's Drell. Beautiful. Oh, the perfect. The restaurant. Oh, dude, I want to visit the restaurant. I was going for a Detective Chimkin outfit. If only you could have a monocle or something like that with it, then you could do Detective Chimkin. If you need a little bit of lore bits or war stories of my old adventures in 14, feel free to ask. Oh man, I'm sure you have a ton of those. Minter of Minters.
That's the reason I had that is because most mentors don't even understand the basics of this game.
I've heard Mentor crowns, the Burger King crowns, are like, those are like the people you want to avoid. Typically,
yeah. Most of them don't even understand how the game even works. They suck. I'll just say it. Most mentors literally don't know their ass from their elbow.
I'm gonna go fly over to Rogger's. Oh, I'm gonna teleport to Rogger's Reach, so I can.
I need 750 more mentor roulettes for the mount. It takes 2,000.
Is that just like you going through and like actually showing somebody like what to do for the dungeon, or
it can queue into anything except Coils of Bahamut, any Savage, and current expansion extremes. And ultimates, of course.
And so, you just play through, and then that's how you get a point or points for it?
Yep, you have to complete it, and you get one completion. You need 2,000. And you have to solo queue.
Oh, God.
Yep, I've done 1,247.
There's no time limit. You just do it when you please. Alright, in the cutscene. Alright. Oh god. That's really bad now. That's gotta be Nero. You're looking a bit shaky there, old friend. Nero, let you to bed, did they? After studying the data collected from the battle between Omega and Shinryu, one is led to certain conclusions. Of all the primal attacks, Shinryu's burst of lightning was the one thing that pierced the machine's defenses. Omega, it seems, is vulnerable to electric energy. Aye, all evidence supports such a theory. 'Tis likely an intrinsic weakness that even Omega itself can't fully compensate for. Be that as it may, I imagine it can still shrug off shocks generated by ordinary means. Only we'll need to hit it with a truly gargantuan burst of energy. And so you made that, based off Midas's design, didn't you? The plan for the lunar transmitter. When my father was establishing a connection between the transmitter and Dulamod, he visited a method for accumulating and converting energy on a vast scale. Too vast, as it turns out. But the technology which leveled an entire town may be the exact tool we need for the task at hand. I made my own improvements and triple-checked the calculations. On parchment, the ideas is sound, and Jesse's done a fine job assembling the parts. I fail to see the problem. What are you afraid of, Garland? I don't know. The device gives us the edge we need. 'Tis just... Whenever I look at it, I'm taken back to those dark days after the incident. I can remember bodies melted by searing heat. I remember the bereaved and feel the weight of their silent accusations. Remember the Empire's emotionless response. We turned outwards in search for answers, but the inventions we created to ensure our future were used instead to destroy lives, to wage war. And that's why I fled. I came to Eorzea. I swore to only employ technology for benevolent means. But not ever so straightforward, eh? Every connection I have forged with the people of this realm reminds me of that fact. That dude! That cat boy everyone wants to pet. Often the act of living itself is a never-ending struggle against a world determined to oppose you. Yeah, okay, I forgot her name, but yeah, we did Alexander too. We did that too. And you can have the best of intentions and still cause hurt to yourself and others. But 'tis confronting those wounds that we learn a better path. How to grasp those moments of true contentment. What drivel. I caught you in a flashback. You never used to bother all this tedious introspection. Feeling all morality, are we? Mayhaps I am. I have no such hesitation when I was a student. It was all bright and shiny innovation on the double, and later consequences be damned. Now, though, I don't mind thinking through the outcomes, and taking the time to produce just one rigorously tested and carefully designed invention. 'Tis a reflection, I think, of how much there is in this world and I care about now aside from myself. Care about you, Nero. I don't understand you at all. Kiss me, you fool. And then... But I suppose, if anything, Omega and its unfettered testing methods represent the student you once were. And if you insist on if you insist that your present self is the better one, then you best prove it with that device of yours. Damn, is that a compliment? He's still feeling the poison. I suppose I must. They were roommates in Garlean College. Although 'tis hardly fair to compare my youth to Omega's solitary existence. I always had the second best student in class, pushing me to excel. I seem to call a twinge of irritation anytime he would outscore me on an exam. Wait, anytime he would outscore me on an exam. I've been out of bed too long. I better go home. I better go home. I better go home, lay down, before I fall over with vomit. Off screen, just... Yeah, when they added mentor status, I was happy because I always helped out folks before then. Mid, okay, Mid, that was her name. Okay, Alpha, quick way. Same thing as always. Good, consistent Alpha. First Alpha, know you. Come check my progress, have you? Well, I'm happy to report that everything is set and ready to go. Once you finish with repairing it, restock and repair whatever it is you adventurers do, we can head back to the Rift and confirm our strategy. How's my gear looking? Do I need to repair anything? Nah, I haven't died. I barely died in this game. I don't need to repair anything.
Yeah,
yeah. It didn't happen.
Let's see here. Oh, I can't say. What's your gear looking like?
I'm still relatively, green.
Alright, come here.
Wait, what? No.
Come here.
No, it's fine.
No, you come here right now, mister.
I don't know where you are. You're not my dad.
I'm old enough, I might be. I had some wild younger days now.
Oh, what happened? Oh, wait, let me reel this chat. Quit out WoW and last day of Legion, never looked back. Yeah, Legion got me back into WoW for a while.
I got tired of it because everything was green. And I mean, I know it was supposed to be all about Fel and Burning Legion, but... Oh, it's just green after green after green.
Yeah. I think I did have the most fun with it, though.
And then the last day, I quit. And I came back one time due to a friend in BFA. First dungeon I went into was one of the troll dungeons or whatever.
Yeah,
it was a dinosaur boss, and if it roared and you weren't behind like a pylon, you just insta-died. But there's no way to tell because it's WoW. You're just supposed to know. So I got one shot, and they finished the fight, and then they kicked me. I quit.
Yeah, that's the things, you gotta have all the add-ons. All that shit.
Fuck that. That's cheating.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
This guy's name is Activate Windows.
Play BFA as Alliance because of Jaina. Oh yeah, hold on, I can make the chat a bit bigger. Two faction split kind of killed the story. Yeah, like they always had to try to find a reason for the two factions to fight, like, and at the end they always got together in the game. Like it was just such a tedious fucking thing. Andy Sylvanas, yeah, I had to see if these impressed me into BFA. First dungeon, died once. Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
Yep.
XIV for being where failed WoW players go and ERPers. I said that about Moonguard Ghost where he kicked me from his Discord and everything.
He did too. He blocked me on Microsoft. He blocked me on Steam. He blocked me on Discord. Everything because I said one thing about WoW that he did not like.
You hurt his ego. I heard that like Mist was like one of the better expansions, but because because of like pandas, just WoW people didn't like it. Like ooh, pandas.
So I played a healer monk in Pandaria, and it was okay. And then Warlords of Draenor came out, and I loved it. I was an amazing Mistweaver player. Had a blast playing it, and then they reworked the class, and I no longer wanted to play it.
Yeah, I've heard
That's why I like Stage. Stage gives me some of the same vibes that Mistweaver did.
I've heard that in Dragonflight or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, Dragonflight. The augmentation of the augmentation class for the dragon people they had, invokers or whatever it is, like was just so broken it just ruined every encounter. Yeah, that's
about right.
God.
But, I mean, that's a Blizzard thing. They add something new, it has to be broken. It has because they got to get that interest.
It's so absurd. Because for a brief moment, for the briefest moment, I was curious about maybe playing Season of Destiny, and all I hear is that like, for a level 25 raid, there's so much gatekeeping with it. Like, are you not playing the certain class and you don't get into this 25-man raid? Which is like, no, it was I don't know how big the raid was, but it stops at level 25. Like the cap was level 25, and they're taking it that seriously. And it's like, well, you're just ruining the discovery aspect of this whole fucking thing. But I don't know. It's elitism has ruined that game beyond measure.
I played Destiny when they were under Activision, and I was having fun playing with some people I know, just having a good time. And then I didn't transfer my account over when Bungie left Activision. And then, like a year ago, I tried to play Destiny 2, and the onboard experience for like new accounts is one of the worst I've ever seen.
I'll send you that.
Terrible.
I'll send you that RuneScape guy plays WoW for the first time video if you want to see it.
Oh, that ought to be pretty funny.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing that guy's perspective because he just played RuneScape before he jumped into playing WoW. So You kind of like a really
talked-
nice, fresh perspective for it.
I talked to somebody that was in my FC about 2 weeks ago, and I ended up having to kick him from my FC.
Oh shit. What'd he do?
Yeah, well, one, he was completely tribal about RuneScape being the best game out, that it's the biggest MMO, which the guy's on some drugs. He was saying that everything in RuneScape, no other game has done better or has ever like done before, and I'm like, sure.
That's a weird mentality, man. You just deny yourself so many other experiences.
Yeah. So basically, we had a little debate where I was trying to explain to him how RuneScape is kind of just, it's seen its days. Like it's past its days. It needs to just go away. And he was arguing how like no other games are just worse, blah blah blah. And then we finally got off that topic, and he started to go into a bunch of conspiratorial topics that made zero sense whatsoever. And I'm just like, all right. People in my FC were like, this guy's got to go. So I'm like, yeah, he's seen his time. So I kicked in, and then I get a DM. He's like, see, you're censoring me. That's so immature. I'm like, no, I'm just getting rid of a whack job later.
Censoring me. I'm a fucking loser.
Like,
okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to have a person spouting the most bullshit conspiracies I've ever heard of in my fucking Discord. Get out.
Yeah, it's your Discord, too. It's like your FC. Like, hey, stop doing this. You don't stop? Okay, bye. Like, you're... Oh, man.
Yep.
Shit. Let me voice Sid so I can unlock this next one. Apologies for the delay, but I think you'll agree that Ironworks' latest invention was worth the wait. This is the control module of something I've dubbed the Omega Jammer. It will allow you to concentrate a colossal burst of lightning at any point of your choosing. The effect won't disable Omega itself, of course. It should be strong enough to knock out its armaments. I'll be here and operate the main body of the device. I want to do everything in my power as an engineer to ensure you emerge the victor. It all comes down to this. Okay. You've triumphed over the recreated Midgard Summer and have convinced Omega of your supremacy, and the Master of the Rift will now engage you directly in combat. The final experiment is begun, and the arena awaits. Gather your companions. Gather your courage and steel your spirit, for this battle rests the fate of the entire worlds. Okay. Darn so much. You wish you could just pull them out on a WoW and look at it when you want to. Yeah, there should be a model viewer that lets you do that. If I censor you, I block you so you can see anything and say dum dum.
I think he was going along the point of like, oh, you're censoring me so nobody in your FC can hear what I have to say.
He could freely DM them, and then he could freely get blocked by them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things was he was like, Earth is currently in a nebula, and the nebula gas is being sucked up by the sun, making the sun change, which is making everyone's behavior change.
Was he like a big QAnon guy or something like that? Or you didn't?
I have no clue. Another one was he was going on about how salmon swim upstream and go up waterfalls, is they have gland sacs that are full of mercury so they can float on the water.
I would see that's the kind of thing I would love to know where he gets his information from, because I
asked him. I was like, where can I find this stuff? And he's like, oh, well, you can't find it anymore because Google runs the world and they control the internet, so you can't find this stuff. I was like, all right. And he wasn't playing around. Like, this guy was dead serious about it. I'm like, you gotta go.
God. What if? Yeah. What if?
No.
What if he thinks
I'm
birds
sure-
are real?
I'm sure birds are just cameras to him.
Birds aren't real though. That's true.
Yeah, I've had to kick. I kicked that person from my FC, and another one I kicked went the like big religion route where he just wanted to preach religion, and I'm like, no, I'm not having that, dude.
Oh yeah, no.
It doesn't belong in gaming. You're just gonna start arguing.